Hello everybody and welcome back to Farming Simulator. This is the Hutan Pantai map and we are still doing quite well. So I'm just heading off to market with our produce. We've got rice rolls, oyster mushrooms, kimchi and enoki mushrooms. Oh, green light, floor it. I didn't feel any kind of acceleration change at all. Yeah, this lorry does need to be serviced and, well, it's already quite heavy, so acceleration was never going to be great. As always, all the produce has sold out here. We would have to have such a massive farm. The amount of greenhouses we would need to actually keep this place filled up. It's incredible. We even have the price list there. Oh, come on, please. Please. Okay, I'll just have to go past you. There we go. Right. Watch the bank account. £26,938. Wonderful. So, back to the farm. As mentioned many times in the previous episode, we are saving up for many different things. The main four, I guess, would be a new, more powerful tractor, but not to replace the Matty Ferguson. We do need that tractor as well. The main shed for the water buffalo, where we can actually milk them. That's over £200,000 in itself. More land. We always need more land. That is essential to our growth. And, well, the other thing, we do have the shed, which we're still currently constructing. That really does need to be finished, but I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. So, yeah, one step at a time with that. We also do need a new seed drill, but as we've already drilled the fields in the previous episode, we don't really need that for another year, so we're going to be okay. Unless, of course, we do winter crops, which we probably will do, in which case we need it in September. But we'll let harvest get out of the way first, and then yeah, we can deal with that later. So jobs for today, well, predominantly haymaking. We do need to do haymaking in our two fields. Before we can do any of that though, of course we need to cut the grass. All these things will be rented, and I'm not really in a rush yet to purchase mowers or tedders because we just can get by with renting. They're not too expensive. Thankfully we already have lots and lots of silage bales, so the water buffalo over here are living on that, and that's absolutely fine at this stage. They don't need the total mixed ration because they're not reproducing and they're not producing milk. And also they have all this to grade, so I think they're doing quite well for themselves. They are spoiled animals. Also, you can see the meadow has now been added to the food. After the episode when I bought them, I thought, how does that actually work? And then I thought, maybe in the summertime that will fill up on its own, and it did do. So that's great. I am still feeding them silage, but that's probably more for winter. Also, they've gone up in value since we bought them, so that's good as well. But it's just great. We're going to do this same thing for the goats, but I'm sort of anticipating purchasing plot 29 because that goes up into the forest. It's going to be a while away because it's really, really expensive. But if there is an area, I haven't really studied it properly, but I was just looking from the mini-map and I thought that would be a great thing to do with the goats because our yard will probably expand down here. Yes, look at this. This goes into the forest. If we could clear the trees here, they could actually be in this area, and we could probably put them into here as well. How far does this go? Yeah, it goes all the way to the road, so this could all be turned into an area for goats. That would be just so good, and we could process all these trees here for planks and boards and all kinds of products. We could have, because there's more that you can do. At the moment we're just making beams and planks, but you can make furniture and everything if you can afford the productions, which we will be able to one day, but one step at a time. So yeah, I've got a lot of things that I want to achieve, but it's just getting there. It's always slow. Right, so we need the Matty Ferguson tractor, of course, as always. There we go. We're going to go and rent the mowers. Oops, I wanted to detach that. Yeah, we're going to go and rent the mowers. I might get the same one as before. It ran it, but it wasn't too happy with it. But it did work. Although this time we don't actually need to swath it first because it needs to be tedded. So we are going to have to get a windrow this time as well. It's going to be more expensive than doing silage. And it's not as expensive to sell as silage, so that's kind of annoying. But we're not really going to be selling any, I don't think, unless we get some serious excess. So into the category where we have mowers, which would be grassland. There we go. Yeah, so probably these two, I'd have thought. These are cheaper. But we still get Batwing, which is good. Still covering a lot of ground. Yeah, that's quite affordable. 2,473. I think we were probably about 3,000 or 4,000 with the other one. But we did benefit from not having a windrower. But it all pays off because we've got 2 fields to do. If it was just for that one tiny field, it wouldn't be worth it. We'll just get the smallest mower. This is a really good job for GPS. Yeah, I'm going to change that work direction, I think. It's usually better 90 degrees for me. Although not quite 90 degrees. 85 degrees. Well, we'll just give it a go. It's not quite as easy to see the cut grass on FS25. Blends in more. Which I guess is more realistic. Going to go with the dual lift, so we lift the front and then the rear, all in one action. The tractor's definitely performing better with this mower. Much easier for it. It's going well. Right, so we do this field, do the other field. What happened there? Tornado? Miniature tornado? I don't know. That's weird. Something happened in my field. I have a crop circle. Aliens? That is weird. Well, I would have guessed a tornado. If there was one, it didn't get very far. But I've definitely got crop circles. Spooky, spooky. Yeah, so I'm just going to go with the reasonable explanation for that and say it was a tornado. We have seen a tornado in the nearby forest here, so it makes sense for it to be a tornado. But yeah, it looks like a crop circle to me. Let's get these 2 done. Before anything else strange happens. Spooky! Now we're going to have to free up that trailer. We probably won't be moving the bales today, the hay bales, but we still need to have those silage bales off that trailer for the next episode. So I'm going to stack them as neatly as I can do with the other ones which are down there. That'll free that up and also give these fields a bit of time to dry out. You can just go straight in and ted it if you want to, but realistically, in real life, you would give this grass a few days of nice sunshine and wind to dry it out nicely, to bake it. So yeah, we'll just give it a few hours, and in the meantime, we'll just get those unloaded. I don't even need to rush to take the mowers back because we've barely used them. We're hardly cutting into our time. So if we get that Merlot, We will attach to the trailer, we'll unstrap them, I'll probably move it into the field a bit as well to give myself a bit more space, and then I can try and neatly stack. It shouldn't be too difficult, but it's the sort of thing where you mess up one, you mess up them all, because if I accidentally knock one, I'll probably send them all rolling. So, carefully does it. And I know there's probably quite a few people watching this thinking, oh, I wish you had either not started that construction project or I wish you'd just finish it. And yeah, no, I don't regret starting it, because I do want it, but yeah, the price it's just too expensive. No, we'll get it done. We will get it done. We'll probably... yeah, I think we'll probably just buy the material. As soon as we have the money, we'll just buy the materials. I think it's going to be quite unrealistic to think that we're going to be able to buy the cement factory anytime soon. That is £370,000. And actually, we could do the same thing for the temple. We could just buy the cement, and then we get paid for delivering it to the... Hang on, is it possible to profit? I've just had a brainwave. Is it possible to profit? I wouldn't have thought so. I would have thought that loophole would have been discovered already, but let me just find the cement bags. That'd be in C. Cement bags and cement bricks as well, actually. Yeah, the temple. Cement bags. So if we bought them, it would cost 4,536. Ah, yes, and then the temple, we would get 3,760 back. So it wouldn't actually cost that much, but no, you wouldn't profit. You wouldn't profit. So that has been thought of. I'm sure it would have been very early on, actually. I'm sure when Giants were designing that system, they would have thought, wait, you can't profit from this. No, although we probably will profit in the end from doing that production. Even if we don't from the construction project, we would do from finding more collectibles, I'm sure. But no, there's not much point in a construction project if you don't make a profit. Like, if you're a builder, you make a profit to build a house for somebody. Oh no, you see, you mess one up, you mess them all up. I'm doing that well. Okay, I'm going to have to focus here. We'll get this done. I'll put the trailer in the yard, make it a bit tidier, and then I will see you back here with the tedder. Well, actually, I'll probably see you in the other field with the tedder. Makes sense to do the other field first. Yeah, so quite different to FS22. Oh, my field of view is always zoomed in because I'm always doing thumbnails and stuff. But yeah, it looks like a more realistic colour. Well, it looks a little bit grey when you're in the tractor. But in FS22 it's more of a lime colour, so yeah, this is certainly more realistic. It's more hay coloured. Well, in fact, it's not hay coloured yet because it's only just been turned over. That's why really we should have 3 different colours. Like, there should be the cut fresh grass, there should be the initially turned over grass, which is what we're doing now, and then there should be the final colour when it's all dried nicely. As FS19 Seasons had, I think it was. Am I thinking of a different mod, possibly? Was that Maze Plus or something? I'm not too sure. But anyway, that was still good, and that's the sort of thing I'm thinking of. But this is, yeah, it's an improvement. Certainly an improvement. Right, so we're almost done here. Once we are done, we'll move over to the final field. Then we're going to have to get a windrower. Then we can move in with our baler. Luckily we do have the baler, so we don't have to go renting that. Windrower, I have no idea what that's going to cost. Depends what sort of size we go for. I wouldn't be surprised if it's more than the Tedder, probably like £1,500. We will see. Oh yeah, and I need to go around the very outer headland of this field, because that was the outer field grass, sorry, meadow grass, and I took that in as well, just as extra. It's not actually recognised by the GPS. So we'll do that at the end. Whilst I am heading up here, I will very quickly check windrows. So that's one I always use on FS22. I'd rather not use that one again. So if it was this one, it would be £3,000. So it looks like it probably will be that one again. Yeah, I think there needs to be a wider range of windrows. There needs to be a bigger choice of windrows. My crop circle. It's still here. I really don't know. Well, it's probably obvious what that actually is. But I have seen it in all three, in both the fields we've been working in. So that is a bit of a mystery, but probably a very easily explained mystery. Comment down below. Okay, we're done. We'll just go around that headland, and then we'll move on. So that's what it looks like having a hay swathed field. Yeah, draw distance really letting things down here. I do have my, well, when I was starting the game I just set the graphics to ultra. But when I had a look back through that, that did not enable the realistic beacon, so I actually did that separately along with the flares as well. So I'm wondering if it hasn't actually maxed out the draw distance either. So I am tempted to change, well, I'll have a look into it after this episode and see if I can boost that. Because I've got absolutely no running issues at all. As you can see there, I'm getting 60 frames per second perfectly. Very consistent. So if it will allow me to boost that draw distance, then I will do. Because, well, it's quite noticeable. It's actually making the swath of straw, of hay, partially disappear at times. So, yeah, that needs to be improved. I'm really hoping that I do have the option. I can just boost it for the next episode. Really hope I can. But anyway, yeah, we are getting there. We just have this corner left of this field and then the little field, and I will bale these fields today as mentioned, but I'm not going to clear the bales. There's just no rush to clear them. In fact, we don't even need them until we get TMR, and that's not even going to be this year. So in theory we could sell these hay bales, but I think it wouldn't be worth it. We should have a look and see how much money I can actually get at the peak, when hay peaks. Let's have a look here. I don't really fancy selling hay bales, but you never know. Yeah, as I suspected, the best price, well, we might get 190 at a seriously good price. It's just not worth it. We'll keep them. We'll use these for TMR. The sooner we get that shed, the better. We do have a shed. I could take the Ezeki machine out of that shed that we do have, and I could put these hay bales into there. Although, this isn't like Seasons 19, where if you left the hay out in the rain, it would actually decompose. You could lose the hay bales, but in this game, I believe that is not the case. It looks good, though, having these hay swaths. Wonder how many bales we get out of it. Of course, our baler is only the smallest you can get, 125 centimetre bales, so there probably will be quite a few. And I did fertilise this field, fully fertilised, so yeah, I'm expecting quite a lot. All done. Let's go and do the other field. We'll then return the windrower, and then we'll bale. Well, they really are flying out the back. We've done well for hay, and I'm pleased. It means our fertilising has paid off. So, yeah, there's another bale about to pop out. I need to check and see what size bales the silage ones were. Obviously, they were 125 centimetres, but it doesn't mean they're exactly the same litrage. I'm guessing they were, but these are 4,500. See, the thing is, I've got a bale counter running, so we'll find out what the difference was. We did exactly the same two fields, and actually there was a little bit extra grass for the silage because I didn't have the animal enclosure there. So yeah, they got a little bit. It really was just a little bit, but it was a little bit extra. We've got 25 silage bales in total, so it will be very interesting to see how many hay bales we have. I haven't looked. It will be very interesting to see. We're almost there. I don't think we're going to squeeze the last one out. It will just be converted over to the next crop, whatever that might be. Probably oats, I would have thought, so it'd be straw. But yeah, there we go, we're leaving a bit in there. So before we check, let's just quickly have a look at the silage bales. Ah, they're 3,500 each. So they're actually 1,000 less. We got 26. They're 1,000 litres more, we've got 26. So that really is quite amazing actually. That means from the same two fields with ever so slightly less land, we got 29,500 litres more. I think that's really, really good. And that's because it was all fertilised. I think the first time there was no fertiliser at all. So those two applications made a huge difference. Anyway, heading back to the farm. Yep, I'm driving blind here. Ah, the car's overtaking me. Oh, don't stop there. Goodness. Right, okay, we'll put this in the shed. Next time, we will get these bales picked up, and we'll get them put somewhere. I don't know where exactly. Well, actually, maybe next episode is the episode when we should just buy a shed. Because I know there are sheds that you can buy for £25,000. You lunatic. You didn't even give me time to indicate. Yeah, you can get placeable sheds for about £25,000. I think we'll probably do that. We'll put it on the field, which I have not drilled this year, for that exact reason. Eventually, our construction project will be finished, and we will be able to put stuff in there as well. That, I think, is more of a machine shed, although you could put bales in there, no problem at all. Same with fertiliser bags, seed bags, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, next time, we will finish this small yard expansion up here and make it look a bit more complete. Because at the moment it does look very, very half-finished. Here we go. Well, when I say we'll finish it, I don't mean we'll finish the construction project. That's on hold for a long time, but we'll finish everything you can see now, this area. It will be good. We'll probably pave it all. We'll put a shed in here. As I said, there is a placeable shed in construction. Oh, I don't want to accidentally place a shed. Where was it? Yeah, it's more like this sort of stuff, but they're a lot cheaper. I think it was that one. Yeah, farm barn. Yeah, it's this sort of stuff. We're not necessarily going with that one. We might put this one up. I haven't decided yet. Just anything that we can afford. That makes a lot of sense. A garage to store your vehicles and tools. We'll also get the workshop when we can afford it. That's 45,000. That's for pigs. Yeah, so much that we can do, but we've just got to get there. But we'll sort out this mess next time, and it should look very nice. We'll do a bit of landscaping, might put some trees in, who knows. We'll just make it look a lot prettier than what it is now. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.